Rob and I's YouTube video will be coming out after he finishes editing it. We're talking about EQ versus IQ. A lot of you guys are just hyping emotional intelligence too much. The same thing. They're saying all their success and all they got is emotional intelligence, and that's all they need to win. But what does that even mean? Do you even know what it means? It doesn't always have to be polar opposites. That's saying you should go learn business school and you can't be a developer, or you can be a developer but you don't understand people. IQ versus EQ. Two schools of thought. I'm going to study both, and so now what? You're going to study one? I'm in the school that you could do both. Another thing people talk about is self-awareness. Again, what does that mean? People just say that as a buzzword. But what everybody really means is a topic, an academic topic more so in the philosophy department or liberal arts, is critical thinking. Critical thinking is about reflective thinking, independent thinking, and rational thinking for you and others. Out emotional intelligence and self-awareness. They're just saying that through experience, and maybe they have it innate in their DNA. But the IQ side, they would have studied the subject. Read books about it, took a course about it, and just practice it normally. There's actually techniques for all this, and actually definition breakdowns, and we'll talk about that in another snap. IQ is about meta-learning and intelligence. EQ, you can get that through critical thinking and meta-thinking. University, my liberal arts friends, they have high critical thinking but no technical ability to execute, and therefore they can't find the job they need to. Engineering department, computer science, they're not in touch with people, and so they might have a lot of skill sets that's lacking. When I talk about systems and pattern thinking, learning how to learn and thinking how to think is a framework so that I can go through both fast and its actual subject. So take a look. Here with Hunter, about to get a workout after the Snapstorm Lil Bomb. We're gonna go. Let's go. We're asking where can you learn more about critical thinking. There's this one book that I always refer to. It's called Critical Thinking. Take a look at it. Though this book reads like a textbook, and also it's very high level concepts. If you come in with a mind that isn't ready for this, you're just going to reject it. I see negative reviews. I also see people say that this book kind of is a framework that makes them lose their identity. This is the whole point. Ego death, okay? Talk about another very big point in this book is about to think about with clarity, accuracy, relevance, logic, breadth, precision, significance, completeness, fairness, and depth. For example, a lot of you guys say that my unique value proposition on my own brand and channel is that I talk with integrity, autonomy, humility, confidence, and reason, perseverance. What I've done is read this book, been in practice, and audit myself on all these traits, on top of different elements and standards. It's become goes deeper and deeper, but essentially it lays out every single tactic, both positive and negative, so you can understand how other people are utilizing it, weaponizing it, or you can utilize it for entrepreneur or even marketer. It's important because marketing is all about kind of pretty much manipulation to make people go flow somewhere within your power. Fallacies, since you know how people will have an expected reaction, then you already know how to counter that way ahead of time and account for it, and now you're playing chess, and then you can dictate situations. In the end, for marketing, entrepreneurship, or even your personal life, it's about control, because you can control your thoughts, and then you know how other people are thinking, and then the situation, when the situation plays out, maybe not in the favor that I want it to, and somebody's deploying their inferences and biases, I can reverse engineer it, strike it down, counter it, because I have the... And yes, you could weaponize this, because most people aren't really thinking, or they go through their emotions or biases and thoughts, but that's not the whole point. And it just comes back down to control, because if a situation plays out, maybe not in your favor, it's somebody else trying to control the situation. If you have critical thinking and the tools to reverse engineer, then you're... An example in this book, it talks about low-level thinkers. People don't think at all. They're the causation of their own problems because they don't make the right decisions. They have situations dictate them. Whereas if you're a high-level thinker, you have the humility, you have all this fair-mindedness, then you control the situation, and if something bad happens, you already accounted for it, so it does not affect you. So when shit happens, it's not surprising. Low-level thinkers will throw up their hands and say, oh, I don't know what happened. Strong thinkers will think of... Anyways, this is a subject that I really like to talk about. I haven't really done it yet because this is very abstract, and as always with my Snapchat, I have to make it more digestible. I'm still figuring. And so while critical thinking book is all theory and actual methodologies mentally, thinking fast and slow is the scientific part of all. And this book is written by a psychologist who won the Nobel Prize for economics. So he talks about ego in a scientific matter. So really good. But yeah, I'll save it for another day to talk about how I think and approach the way I collect data, the way that I've been able to kind of be a reflective thinker as a use case for you, and then we can have a conversation.